University.
My name is Jane Moss, and I'm the director of the Center for Canadian Studies. And I'm also a visiting professor here at Duke. And I primarily teach courses on French Canada, Francophone Canadian literature, and the sort of history of the French presence in North America.
Hi, my name's Steve Kelley, and I'm the Associate Director of Canadian Studies here at Duke University and a visiting professor of the practice. I served for more than 9 years in our embassy in Ottawa and in Quebec City. And one thing that's always struck me about Canada and Americans is that Americans know very little about Canada, and most of what they know is wrong.
Duke was one of the first places, first universities in the United States to have a Canadian Studies program. It started back in the 1970s. People often ask, it's not particularly obvious in North Carolina, why we should be studying Canada.
It's our largest oil supplier by far. 22% of the oil we import comes from Canada.
It's the most important partner in terms of supplying energy, and that's all kinds of energy: hydroelectricity, nuclear power, oil, natural gas.
It's also our largest trading partner by far and has been for a long time.
It's also, of course, the longest unprotected border, and so that's very important, and our major defense ally.
We share a 5,525-mile long border with Canada, which we manage remarkably well, considering that there's water that crosses it, forests that cross it, parks, a heritage that we share in this North American space. Knowing something about that is important, and we try to bring that knowledge to people here at Duke.
My name is Amy Vargas. I'm the program coordinator for the Center for Canadian Studies. And in addition to the programming that we organize and support, we also offer summer grants for graduate students that focus on any aspect of Canada, whether it's its history, politics, public policy, environment, literature, culture, and language. For graduate students who are interested in perfecting their French language skills in Canada, we have partnerships with the University of Quebec at Trois-Rivières, the University of Montreal, McGill University, just to name a few.
At the center, we organize a number of activities, including a Quebec Film Festival, which we'll do again this year. Last year, we brought in 6 visiting Canadian scholars. They spent from 2 weeks up to 6 weeks here, and they gave talks, visited classes, met with students, both at the graduate and undergraduate level. And we were able to share these speakers with University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and also with Elon University.
Our center also strives to build connections and build a very international network, both within Duke and outside of it. In addition, we focus on collaborating with other entities at Duke.
Among other things, we sponsored a conference on the U.S.-Canada energy relationship earlier this year that highlighted the importance of the resources that Canada provides us: oil, natural gas, electricity. When the power went out in the eastern United States in 2003, it also took out a large part of Canada as well. We are linked in a very close way. This year, we hope to do a conference on the Arctic. The United States and Canada share a chunk of the Arctic, where some people believe 20% of the world's oil and natural gas is hidden under what used to be ice, but no longer is. So these are some of the vital issues that Americans have to face, and that fortunately we face with Canadians in many different contexts. We don't always agree with Canadians, but understanding why we disagree is also important.
Produced by Duke University, online at duke.edu.